When it comes to comics, the first thing that comes to mind is Marvel's superhero stories that enjoy superpowers and save the world, or Miyazaki's elegant Japanese anime. But now Whitesnake Origin, released earlier this year, has left deep impression due to the quality of Chinese comics. At the same time, the summer release of哪吒is to make the Chinese comics to its peak. The success of these two films are closely related to the leap in special effects and the innovation in plot. Although these two comics originate from classic stories, they have broken away from the rigid classic routine, and its achievement and significance has been higher than the classic. In recent years, domestic anime not only has taken a big step forward in image quality, but also has made a breakthrough in depth of scripts, which can be shown in innovation of Chinese traditional legend. Contrasting to traditional Chinese animations, both哪吒and Whitesnake made great progress in content and forms. They deconstructed traditional Chinese legend and constructed a new story, adding social meanings and time spirits to traditional culture. Rooted from traditional legend,哪吒tells a story about the birth of哪吒, contrasting to animated series version in 2003. New哪吒movie mentions slightly about tyranny of King Zhou and reduces many minor characters, but highlights哪吒himself. Such adaptation gives a clearer theme to the film, hidens the gist to be fights between human and fate, and distinguishes itself from monotonous fights against tyranny. It shows us deep love between哪吒and his parents, pure friendship between哪吒and Ao Bing, and the most glorious spirit of哪吒, never give up to unfair fate. On the other hand,哪吒has a different take on his traditional character as a Chinese deity becomes a devil reincarnation. Born to be devil, Zha suffers a lot from prejudice and pain, but he chose to fight the fate to the end and protected people and his parents, proving that he is a hero at heart. Referring from this film, we can find a breakthrough in today's Chinese anime, equipping animation with a deeper and more complex thought. Anime makers tend to pay more attention to probe into the core of humanity, instead of limiting themselves of monotonously good versus evil. Whitesnake is another extraordinary Chinese anime shown in recent years. Comparing to Poor Scholar in old versions, Xu Xuan owns a different identity, one of thousands of snake catchers forced by the imperial advisor. This different identity makes Xu Xuan more courageous and more determined, which paves the way for his brave movement as a human, fighting the imperial advisor with Blanca and turning himself to be a demon in order to be together with Blanca. There was an interesting point of view attracting our attention in this film, which is the reverse analysis of justice and turpitude. In a general way, we think people is a symbol of justice, while demon is a symbol of turpitude. In this film, there may be a different point of view. Man is not eternal justice. Imperial advisor didn't assist emperor to manage the country, but satisfied his selfish desire in virtue of emperor right. His capture of snakes nearly caused extinction to the family of snakes. Demon is not eternal turpitude. The family of snakes appointed Blanca to assassinate imperial advisor to save themselves. And there is sincere love between demons. Love between Blanca and Verta, and love between Blanca and Xu Xuan. People's ignorance and blind adherence to appearances were more distinct, while villagers in the snake-catching village showed great contempt and revolt to demon Xu Xuan, who was coming to save them. These two films created a lot of complex and convincing characters who have their unique personality. Everyone joins Bittersweet Life, who is more than monotonously two-dimensional good guy or bad guy. Decent man doesn't own everything when he represents the good side. And villain in film also has love and passion. Chinese anime is still on its way to progress, trying hard to flesh out its characters and strike a chord with audiences. The reason for the success of White Snake is inseparable from its innovation. And this is especially reflected in the reinterpretation of the narrative structure of traditional stories by scriptwriters. The opening scenes of the film began with the loss of memory of the White Snake, and the subsequent narrative clues became memories. The White Snake remembered the love between herself and Xu Xuan. The later generation is Xu Xian 500 years ago. The love story she recalled is a story based on the search for memory. As all the memories unfold, the narrative clues gradually become clear. Under such a clever narrative technique, the ending of the film has become the punchline and the most ingenious and most memorable part. The unique narrative structure not only shows the encounters and love of the White Snake and Xu Xian's past life, but also pays homage to the 92nd edition of The Legend of the White Snake. Nowadays, no matter it is presented in movies or TV series, the Chinese cartoon has been promoted to a higher level in terms of scripts and expression techniques. Some are from the classic books, being loyal to the classic but higher than the classic. Some are from network novels, and some are even made up from the painting, have a unique style, such as the popular Mo Dao Zu Shi and the film about Monkey King. The Chinese comics are developing a more and more distinguished and influential Chinese style. And the Chinese comics are also spreading Chinese culture to the world with its increasing influence. We believe that future Chinese comics will unswervingly continue to accompany us and to amaze the world with their outstanding Chinese style.